I'm gonna do this video right now. And I already know that Necros is most likely gonna do the exact same video. However, I thought I'd do it as well. Basically, this is the Dead by Daylight pack. I should have done this a lot sooner already, because I did say I was gonna. Well, I didn't say it, but I always was thinking it. But I probably was gonna do that after the Xeno release, but that's not happening yet. But anyways, this is the Dead by Daylight pack. If you don't know what Dead by Daylight is, it's a asymmetrical game developed by Behavior Interactive. One of the most addicting games to me, I swear. But basically, Jamar, the creator, made these all into nextbots. And, well, not all of them. There's obviously one killer remaining right now, which is the Xenomorph, but that will maybe come soon. So to start things off, we've got, well, this random killer was, they're just random killers. We got the artist, whose power is this. She sets up crows and shoots them. These do not damage you. Well, they don't do a lot of damage. A little bit of damage. And walking will eventually get rid of the swarm. If she hits you again with the swarm, this actually does a lot more damage. But she sucks at aiming there. And case in point, these go through walls and reveal the player's location to the artist. So if she hits you, she's on her way to kick your ass. So you better get moving. Or just keel over and die. It really doesn't matter to the killer. She does not care. And the same thing goes for the possession. You can obviously possess all of them. You can do everything that you want. However, she's got special properties. One, you can change the kind of aiming. One, you can do free, where you get to shoot every location. And regardless of what happens, you can just aim it. There's then obviously the straight one, where she usually does, which go in a straight line. This does not account for anything in its way, because again... And when I say it goes through walls, I bloody mean it. They will go through literally everything on the map. Only stopping on the edge of the map. Going through map geometry, but not the edge. So if you shoot them at the edge, they're most likely going to get eaten by the edge. So there's that. Also, like every killer in the game, except for Freddy. But Freddy's a bitch, so I really don't care. You've got different skins. You've got the ice skin. I'm not going to go over every single skin for every single killer, because Legion's got a ludicrous amount. But next up in line is the Blight. Now, this guy can sometimes break, so just be aware of that. Just, yeah. The Blight has the power to rush. This gives him a massive speed boost. And, yeah, he just gets a massive speed boost. However, he can only rush for so long before having to ram into a wall. As you will see that he's going to rush towards me and ram into a wall. Like that. He's really quick with this, by the way. So he will rush around corners. And he will sometimes break. He'll sometimes stop at moments like that to recharge his rushes to then rush at you. Like that. Or like I said, break sometimes. And yeah, if you're running in a straight line, you're kind of screwed. It's best to swerve back and forth in order to avoid the shot he's going to inflict on you. I just removed him. And like always, all these killers have possession support. You're going to be able to control them. And it's actually really fun. This is probably like one of my favorite packs on the workshop. There are a lot of them that are my favorite packs though, so I really, not a big surprise. But basically, That's the Blight for you. Obviously, if you run out of rushes, you're gonna... And also be aware that stairs are his #1 enemy. Because of how it's coded, he will sometimes ram on stairs. However, there's a short period of time where you can go upstairs without problem. That wasn't the best example of one. But basically, that's the Blight. He will sometimes break for whatever reason. Is probably... Yeah, if he breaks, he kind of freezes permanently. So just be aware of that. Then we've got the Cannibal, which is actually Bubba from Chainsaw Massacre. His power is literally the chainsaw. This will instantly kill you if you're hit by it. Well, not instantly, it'll do 100 damage, which is the classic player, and he uses it for a very long time. The classic player HP, he's really quick with this, being able to easily... He's just able to go fast. In the game, if he collides with a wall, he goes into tantrum. But in this, he can't. He can go into tantrum, but it's not as easy as you think it is. Let me get an example without flipping dying. That would suck. Hey, Bob, I'm gonna ask that you, don't kill me, please. That failed. No. They can all get stunned, by the way. If he gets stunned while in his tantrum, he does this. And you can die from it. You will die from it. The next killer, my least favorite killer in the entire game, the Xenobite. This guy, if you haven't watched Hellraiser, is pain incarnate. Both in-game and in... Yeah. His power is the Lament configuration. Not really the actual power, but basically his power is he creates chains to then shoot at the player like that, which if it hits them, it does this. Slows you the fuck down and, well, basically makes your life a living hell. Now you can sometimes dodge it, but most of the time it's death. Now the special power, the special object that makes it even better for him is the Lament configuration itself. I can't speak today. The Lament configuration, when he's on the map, will spawn one of them. This will allow you to then look around the map and gain its location. I'm trying to find it so I can actually do that. Actually, even better, I could just spawn it. So basically, you find the Lament configuration. If you've noticed that change have been spawning around me and attacking me, those are not his. That one is his. The one he controls and spawns more of them. Getting the Lament configuration will allow you to, He is really good at this. Holy shit. I don't even play against the AI a lot. I play against myself most of the time. The Lament configuration, basically when you solve it, it basically does that. If you solve it, it allows you to avoid, well, the damn chains. However, it doesn't really do much. However, while doing it, he basically attacks you. He has the ability to teleport to you. And I'm done with I'm done with dealing with him. I'm not playing him anymore. Basically, in order to avoid chain hunt, you must collect the box. In order to avoid death, don't collect the box. Because if the NPC will pretty much immediately teleport to you if you use it. But that's besides the point. It's actually really good for the killer. He has a lot of fun. The Clown is another killer in the DVD. Shocker, there's many. His power is that. He shoots a... No, it does not insta-kill, I was just low HP. He throws a bottle that fucks with your vision and slows you down. This is literally his power. There is a second bit of his power, but Jamar didn't add it. Probably because adding... Basically, his other bit is he has the ability to throw similar gas bottles like that. However, it instead speeds him up. However, Jamar didn't add this because, from what I know, changing the speed of nextbots can get pretty fucking finicky real fast. So he didn't bother adding in. Though the slowdown is enough, to be honest. He basically can kill you regardless. You get hit by that thing and you're at 50 HP, you're as good as dead. Because you're not getting away from him. Except for sometimes where the slowness status effect doesn't apply. Yeah, I don't like Clown. I don't like a lot of killers, actually. Actually, I like a lot of them. The Deathslinger is... well... Oh, I forgot to play as... not Bubba, Xenobite. I forgot to play as Xenobite and Clown. I'm a clown. Xenobite's power allows you to basically project something. You see where it is, and when you change to it, you gain omnipotence to that location. Not omnipotence. You basically can see where you're aiming, so it's not difficult. Now, if I were to find the damn box, I would be able to show you what else he can do. But I haven't been able to find the box for the longest time. Let me find it. Well, if I can't find it, I'll just explain it. But it sure looks like I'm going to have to explain it. God damn it. Okay, so basically, he gets to the box, right? If he can get to the box without the survivors or whatnot getting to it, he can pick up the box himself, unsolving it and causing it to disappear. This highlights every single nextbot and player on the map, allowing you to say, "Hi, how's your day?" and then kill them. And yes, this works in multiplayer. You can have another player control Xenobite, and then you sell the box, and they can teleport to you. It works like that. Is it fun? Well, if you're the killer, yes, but not if you're the survivor, obviously. Clown, you can probably guess what he does, considering I literally just did it. You throw bottles. Now, there's a bug right now doing this. You're normally supposed to see a progress bar fill up. And yeah. That's that. Deathslinger is the hardest killer to play in Gmod. And DVD, as I found. Basically, he has a harpoon gun with a chain. He reels you in. That's literally his power. When you get hit by this in Gmod, you're pretty much as good as dead. He has pretty good range with that fucking thing. I don't think I can actually avoid... yeah. Yeah, you're basically dead. That's why you have to be good at dodging. Now, you can probably guess why he's the most difficult thing ever, because the hitbox is so small, meaning you have to be pixel perfect with your aiming if you're going to hit something. Though most of the time, you're going to be hitting them anyways, because you're going to be right next to them. Distracted pretty quick. The next killer is the Demogorgon. This poor boy has been removed from DVD before I even began playing the game. I am very upset about that. Am I even... Okay, I had to check. I had to check. I had to check to see what the fuck are these errors. Oh, Half-Life. Right, because I loaded in without VJ for a moment. Okay, so the Demogorgon, he is the goodest boy. He has two properties, unlike the other killers that we've seen. He has two different properties. One, he's got his pounce, which allows him to leap a great distance and do a shit ton of damage to you. The second bit, I'd have to be out of chase for this, is his portal system. He's able to place portals around the map. He can place an infinite amount, but each of them has a timer before they fucking die. You can probably guess what he does with the portals. You can probably guess what he does with the portals. If he would do it, please. No, he's been placing them in a line. I guess he just likes them, I guess. Okay, there he goes. He will teleport to one of the random portals. You can choose where you go, obviously, as demo. But most of the time, yeah. And just like every other killer, you have full control of what you do. Also, they all nod. The only killer that doesn't nod is Executioner, because Executioner's model would fold in on itself and die. There is a cooldown for a lot of towers in this game, actually. As in Demo's Portal. It has a, I think, 30-second cooldown. I think it was. Also, you can aim with this lunge, meaning you're like the most lethal MF on the planet when you have this. Distance also changes how hard it is to teleport. So yeah. Yeah, 30 seconds. Okay. 30 seconds and you're good. Now, if you teleport when a portal's gone, beware for an error, because it will completely mess with it. Shocker, really, because, I mean, it doesn't exist at that point. The next killer is the Doctor. I forgot you can't see me. The Doctor has the ability... I don't even know what it was called, but basically, he uses electricity to fuck with the minds of everybody around him. And there's one of them, the illusions. As you get shocked, you gain illusions. These illusions don't really do much except for stand or run towards you. Most of them stand, but on rare occasions you can get jump scared by one that runs directly for you. Yeah, this is his power. He's got an ability he can do later. I think he has it active, yeah. So basically, the Static Blast, which is his secondary power, this one only shoots a bit in front of him. This one creates it. This one covers an entire field. And yes, you get revealed if you get shocked by that Static Blast. And NPCs also get fooled by it as well. So yeah, if you're in a map with this guy, good luck hiding. Unless you have lockers, which I will get to when I get to the Dredge. Speaking of the Dredge is another killer in the... I'm gonna... Hold on. So, in here you got multiple different things, which affect certain of the killers. None of them I have gotten to yet. So, yeah. The locker populator spawns lockers on the map. You can probably guess what you do with these. You hide in them. When you hide in them, the only NPC that can get you out of it is the killers. All of them can rip you out of this thing. By the way, you die if you get found in one. Case in point. And I'm dead. Now, the Dredge actually specifically interacts with these lockers quite well. He has the ability to teleport to every single locker on the map. In this case, it's every one of them. He's got multiple different properties I will get into when I actually possess him. But let's just say that, it's pain. If you're running from this guy, good luck trying to ever survive. Because, one, he has such good accuracy as he will teleport to every locker he can, and especially if it's right next to you. Especially if it's right next to you. As you can see. That thing right there allows him to teleport to it. Like that. Basically, the Remnant, in DVD, if you run into it, it gets removed. I don't think Jamar even added that. But, I mean, I couldn't, for the life of me, test it anyways. He's so damn quick with it. Teleporting within a nanosecond of doing that. Now, the thing is... Ah, yes, there's the thing that you will be worried about. Not only can this MF teleport across the map in, like, a lick of a second, he's also got Nightfall, which, you will soon see, is pain. Actually, most killers are pain because they're against you. They're trying to kill you. But basically, as you will soon see... Come on, I'm not paid enough to do this. Nightfall. This obviously cuts your thing in darkness. You can see the Remnant for whatever reason, but you can't see the Dredge. Until he's right on top of you. In this case, and in this same property, when he's in this state, his power recharges way too fucking quickly. Not way too quickly. It recovers quick enough that he can teleport pretty fast. Also, he gets Killer Instinct, which is something you'll see when I actually mess around with NPCs against these things. You will gain a alert when someone's near a locker when you teleport. And that's pretty much what the Dredge does. Basically, if you have him in the lockers, yeah, good luck surviving. The next killer is the Executioner. The Executioner is Pyramid Head. The Pyramid Head, this guy has two properties. One, the trail, which, if you step on it, you deal damage and you get afflicted. When afflicted, whenever Pyramid Head hits you, I think he does, like, he heals. He heals himself. His second power, you've seen me die to it, is that. It goes through walls, most walls, I think, and deals a chunk of damage. Not as much as a melee attack, but enough to kill you if he hits you enough times. And yeah, that's basically him. However, be aware that it is weird looking because making trails in Gmod is fucking weird. But you can do it pretty much anywhere you want. Unlike in DBD, you can put it upstairs. Now, if anybody steps in it, you will know someone steps in it because you'll hear a fucking noise. Now, in the game, you have notification, like the killer instinct when someone steps into it, but you don't hear. I don't know if that was a thing that would happen, or I don't know. But either way, you'll know. You'll know if you. I can't speak to that, can I? I don't have a script. I don't script. Scripting sucks. Raw person. But yeah. That's his power. Next killer is the Ghost. Technically the Ghost Face, but the Ghost Face sucks the same. I rather the Ghost, actually. The Ghost Face, the Ghost, has a power that allows him to... Hold on. Actually, hold on. Hold on. Okay. Now you will understand. He has the ability to enter a stealth mode. This does nothing outside of make cool particles, and give him the ability to stalk you. He can also crouch, so you can teabag. To all you teabaggers out there. His power allows him to stalk a survivor, or an NPC. Why not? This allows him to do... If he were to do it, please. My good sir, please. For the love of God, please. Is his power disabled? No, like, literally, is his power disabled? Did I disable his power somehow? I am blind, okay. Nope, don't click it. Nope, he can use his power. For whatever reason, he just isn't. Why? Why do you do this to me, man? Okay, so his power is his Night Shroud. This removes his terror radius, however, this does not exist in Gmod except for the add-on I did a while back, which adds them. So go get that if you want a true effect. Actually, hell, I forgot. It doesn't actually do anything for Ghostface, because... Yeah, coding. Great add-on creators, though, I will say that much. I'm just trolling. Sorry. Delicious tea. Night Shroud creates a little effect that allows you to stalk every creature on the map. This allows him to stalk you, and if he stalks you enough, you get exposed. Yeah, your HP's not going to matter now, because he does 100 damage, allowing him to instantly kill you. Now, in-game, you're supposed to look at Ghostface to reveal him out of his power, but that only works for NPCs that are not being possessed by Ghostface, or not being possessed by the player. And the player cannot, I don't think, kick him out of it. Though, I mean, it makes you scarier, because then you get exposed and you don't know where the fuck he is. And he pops out of nowhere, giving you a mini heart attack, and taking years off your life. The next killer is the Hag. This killer is my least favorite killer to play. Like, don't get me wrong, I like her design, I like going against her. I just don't like playing her, because she is really bad. What she does is she places traps. These traps, you'll see what they do in a moment, because I'm about to approach one. They do this. Make your screen, like, snap your camera towards it, and allows her to teleport to them. This removes the trap. That's her power. Now, the reason I don't like playing her is because survivors can literally run past dozens of traps and ruin your entire web. Because normally, with Hag, you're supposed to create traps. And yes, you can teleport to them if an NPC runs past them. Obviously. The next killer is the Hillbilly. Basically, the original Bubba. The Bubba when there wasn't actually Bubba in the game. Bubba is actually the Hillbilly with extra tofu. I got that from a YouTuber. He's funny. Now, he's not supposed to do this, but it's because I trolled him. his power allows him to dash. And yes, like Bubba, that chainsaw fucking kills you. Not a big surprise. If you get a chainsaw through the face, it's not gonna bode well for your survivability. This, on top of Bubba, has a... Actually, I think Bubba didn't have it. But basically, if you spam your chainsaw, it will overheat. If you overheat it, you will not be able to use your chainsaw until it cools down. So I think there's... Yeah. This chainsaw goes on for a very long time, so if you want to run across the map, you will cross the map. However, unlike Bubba, if you collide with an object, you will collide with it. This can sometimes fuck you over if you're trying to hit an NPC, because their hitbox also counts as an object. So sometimes, I can't speak today. So sometimes you will hit their model, not kill them, but get stunned. This can get really freaking annoying. Also, like most dodges, including, not even Blight. You have very limited control while doing that. You turn very slowly. Also, if you hold W, or if you actually hold S, while using this power, if you let go of it, for example, no hands on the keyboard right now, you will move forward. For as long as you do it. That's because of coding. But yeah, he's very lethal if you're far away from him. Because he can just stab you. Won't hit you. The Huntress, can you guess what she does? Yeah, she throws a hatchet at you. And that's what she does. She throws hatchets. These hatchets do the exact same damage that she does normally. And she's really good at aiming. Also, if I were to actually disable, listen. She's got a lullaby. This lullaby stops if the Huntress pulls up a hatchet, or the player controlling the Huntress chooses to turn off the lullaby. Which is cool. Not all killers have lullabies. They're cool. That's literally what she does. She has a special setting that gives her the instant kill hatchets. You could probably guess what they do. And yeah, she's really powerful. In the right hands. In my hands, I miss every single shot. The next killer is the Knight. The one killer that everybody hates. Actually, they hate Skull much more. Basically, his power is the Guardia Campania. The only power I actually remember. Not the only power. Basically, he creates... I think it would be much better if I do it. Because it's better to see. So, he has 3 different guards. These guards are... the Carnifex, the Assassin, and the Jailer. Each of them have different properties, making them different. Because there's no doors on this map, I can't show you what the Carnifex is. But the Carnifex is this guy. Now, when you're creating your guard, you can choose 2 points where they specifically go to. And they will go between these 2 locations until the end of time, or until their timer runs out. Anybody in this radius, regardless of if they're behind a wall or not, will get detected. This will allow the guard to move to the location and run after them. He breaks down doors faster. You can command them to break down doors. I don't know if he can do it with every door, but he can do it with most doors. The Assassin is the chase guy. If he sees you, he runs faster than, I think, your normal sprint. Obviously, if you're sprinting and jumping, you'll outrun anything. Even the fastest motherfucker on the planet. Even Blight. Actually, I don't think you can do it with Blight, but either way. He has a bigger radius in which he sees. So, be careful. If he spots you, you have to run. There is a second bit, which I will show afterwards, but I don't know if Knight will allow me. But basically, the second guy, I'll just dismiss him. The last guy is the Jailer. This guy is probably the best one for tracking people. Because of his fucking massive radius. This massive radius allows him to track basically anybody within a short moment. If you go to Jamar's profile, you'll find a map. One of his original maps, not the DBD maps. This original map is fucking amazing. Go get it. I will even link it in the description. But it's small, allowing this motherfucker to track you regardless of where you are. Because it goes through walls. Also, he goes for the longest. Being actually, I think, pretty quick. Fucking smoke. Actually, it's not even that smoky. It's just me. And then these two guys, the Legion members. Their power is they run fast. There's two versions of them, female and male. There's two of each. There's Julie and Susie, the two female characters, and Frank and Joey, the two male characters. Nothing changes. They're all the same. They're all just default run guys, stab. And basically the power is they run fast. No, like literally, they run fast. If I stay running for a bit, you'll see they eventually pick up speed and chase me down. This power is very lethal. They stab you, dealing a bit of damage. They don't do their normal HP damage now. But what they will do is they cause bleed. Not many killers do this. But basically, if you're being chased by one, you're done, basically. Yeah. They cannot stay in the state forever, and eventually will be kicked out of it. Then it has to recharge. That's basically them. The next killer is Wesker. Or from what Pixel Bush calls him, the blonde tunneling man. This guy has a power. Similar to not similar to Legion. Similar to Blight as in a rush. But not actually. It's actually just an attack that allows him to dash forward, and if you are grabbed by it, if you get hit by it, prepare to get thrown like a ragdoll, because you will legitimately get thrown like a ragdoll. This does damage if you hit a wall, as I will show it here. He can also slam you into a wall, or like... Yeah, I just got comboed there. There are two things that happen. One, he picks you up and throws you, and you hit a wall, you deal damage. Or the second one, where he grabs you and actually physically slams you into a wall with his hand. This can be used for two things. One, distance, allowing you to catch up to people who are running away. Or two, kicking a motherfucker's ass. Because that's what all the killers do. The next killer is Nemi. Oh, actually, I forgot to talk about Knight's thing. Fuck. Okay, well, Knight's thing, when you get chased by a guard, you pretty much want to avoid... You basically get chased by them, just like him. However, a special thing spawns. That. If I were to get a moment, please. What this does is that it spawns this. When it's fully done, you can interact with it, which removes the guard chasing you. This allows you to obviously get away. However, it ain't gonna matter because most of the time it's the assassin that's chasing you. In which case, just kiss your ass goodbye. You're getting hit. And if you're lucky, you get hit by both of them, instantly killing you because both of them do the same damage. Nemesis is another killer. I'm not gonna let you do that yet. He's got two properties. Well, technically three if you really think about it. He's got his tentacle, which does damage, and does more damage once you're infected. Now I'm infected. This infection basically means you take more damage from Nemesis and his zombies. Yeah, he has minions, just like the guard. Except his minions are stupider, because they're slower, and... yeah, they're basically pushovers. Probably the weakest thing ever. Yeah, his zombies do damage to you and will chase you. But, unlike Nemesis, they're not going to be catching up to you anytime soon. Why do you still have your tentacle up? Also, every time you get hit, you get infected. You don't get more infected. You basically tear up his power. When he tears up, he gets a faster cooldown. Meaning he'll be hitting you faster. And it will spawn more zombies when he summons them. As you just heard, he teared up. He has 3 tiers. Tier 1 he starts off with. Tier 2 he gets to after hitting you a few times. And then Tier 3. The 2 tiers that he starts off with allows him to basically have, I think, more zombies. No, I got rid of the Nemesis! Either way. When he's in Tier 3, he gains a faster attack, like normal basic attack, and a faster tentacle strike, and I think farther, and it basically cools off faster. and he spawns 3 zombies. Now, the zombies will automatically decay and die if they haven't spotted you in a very long time. This can become very annoying for the resist player if they can find you. Now, when you're infected, you're kind of going to stay infected for the rest of your damn life, unless you can find a vaccine crate. These ones give you an infinite amount of vaccines, which you use to cure yourself. When you get cured, I think in-game you get revealed. I don't know if it does it in Gmod, because I've never actually played with someone who can actually get the vaccine working, because originally in multiplayer it bugged. The next killer is the Nightmare, my least favorite killer in the entire game. Not because I don't like playing him, but because he's a piece of shit. If you look at Freddy, you'll understand. Freddy's power is the nighttime. Basically, you step into his traps, or get hit by him. His traps, by the way, slow you the fuck down. This basically darkens your screen and allows him to teleport to you. I mean, I'm pretty sure he did that regardless, but either way, it's bad. Bad news for you, because... Oh, so that looks funky as fuck. Holy shit. Yeah, he teleports to you. You can wake up prematurely, which you will wake up eventually, if you get to one of these clocks. Only if this is up, which I will wait. Why? Because I'm bored. That makes no sense, actually. Yes, I'll wait here because I'm bored. Also, these are props. Actually, this is considered a corpse, actually, if you think about it. Okay. You basically wake up that way. I'm pretty sure Freddy can teleport to you regardless, but I'll have to see. Because he shouldn't. I just remember him teleporting me regardless. Let's see if he does. Oh, Freddy! The snares he summons also slow you down. So you get hit by them, you're getting hit again by a much more painful spike. Okay, I'm gonna guess he doesn't teleport to me. The next killer, it's a killer that can actually crash your game. Be aware of that. It's happened to me. I don't know why. I'm thinking it's just certain maps. The nurse is by far the most powerful character in the game. Not the hardest one to play anymore because it's a hassle. Like, you want to learn how. Go ask Volpixia. She's a nurse main. Nurse is the one and only killer who can flat out ignore the physics of reality. In this case, I made her slower because in game she is slower. But basically, her power is Spencer's last breath, I think it was. Basically, her power allows you to blink large distances, and this goes through walls, like legitimately goes through walls, and has a pretty good distance. Yeah, that's her power. And if you're being chased by her, good luck escaping alive, or at least escaping to be hidden, because most of the time she will blink right on top of you and either miss her attack or hit you. In which case, she'll do it again and kick your ass. The Oni is the other killer who's actually very, not even funny. He's very similar to Blight, Hillbilly, and I think Wesker. He's got a dash attack. But his dash attack has to be earned, unlike the other guys. His power, basically, if he hits you, he basically gains blood. Well, there he didn't because I don't know what's going on. And now with his power, he can enter his rage mode. This rage mode removes his normal sword and replaces it with a fucking bat. And yes, this bat hurts. And as you can see, he's dashing. But unlike Blight, Wesker, and Billy, you don't collide with anything, and you can do it for, well, as long as the blood thing lasts. Also, if you get hit, you're dead. So, yeah, good luck with that. In-game, it creates blood orbs, but due to technical difficulties, I'm pretty sure Jamar never added them. Because I'm pretty sure it would also like the game if he spawned a lot of them. The next killer is actually the one killer I mained when I first got the DVD. The Onryo. If you haven't watched The Ring, go watch it. It's an amazing movie. Just, if you see the tape, go copy it. And send it to someone else. Unless you're fucking dead. The Sadako's power, Sadako Yamamara's power, is the TVs. Actually, I forgot what it was actually called, but either way, I only know a few of the powers. Because I know two of them, which is the two Yamaokas, Yamaoka's Wrath and Yamaoka's Hunting. Either way, they're both really scary characters. Sadako's power allows her to demanifest. This removes her red stain in-game, and also you will soon see, that's not the actual thing, she flickers in and out of reality. This prevents you from truly knowing where she is. This can get really scary because you will not know she's on her way until you hear the ringing of her power and whatnot. Her secondary property is where she can teleport to tapes, or TVs. This one gives you a stack of Condemned. What Condemned is, you will find out. To avoid Condemned, you need to pick up tapes from the TVs and take them to another TV. Why, you must ask? You will soon find out why you shouldn't be stacking Condemned onto yourself. Because it can lead to a very unfortunate demise. Because Sadako is the first killer in the game who can actually fucking kill you regardless of even being near you. Being able to give you a stare down and killing you instantly. This is unavoidable, by the way. You're dead. Unless you, however, pick up a TV, pick up a tape. Which removes things of Condemned, and I think just blocks me from... Eventually, you place it away, and it actually turns on the TV. So it's a win-win or a lose-lose situation, depends. Do not pick it up when you're at 75%, because then you're going to reach 100. And if the Sadako realizes this, you're dead. Goodbye. Have a nice life in hell or heaven. Depends where you're going. The next killer would be the pig. Now, because of, again, limitations, because, well, NPCs can't do this, a good chunk of Pig's power is gone. The way Pig works in DBD is that she starts off with 4 bear traps. These bear traps, if you've watched Saw, is a giant thing that does some restructuring of your face if the timer reaches 0. Basically turn to Shy Guy or something. But basically, she places bear traps on your head, well, reverse bear traps on your head, and you're screwed. Her other power is the crouching, which she moves slower but gives another attack, which gives a dash. A setting I have on, I think. I did not have it on. Why? A setting that you can have on allows bleeding damage. I'd prefer that because it actually makes it more lethal. I think yeah, but basically that's her power. Now in game it also removes her stealth, but her stealth ability in DBD is ludicrously bad. Literally every other killer that has even remote stealth is better than hers, because she, in order to get stealth, has to crouch, and in doing so, she loses a significantly amount of speed. And given the game where you're supposed to be fighting 4 survivors on 4 different generators, you're going to have a hard time keeping up if you can barely walk from point A to point B. Given that some maps like, oh, I don't know, some maps, I don't know which map, you basically have a hard time keeping up because some maps are fucking massive. The Plague is another kill. I forgot that I will need to actually spawn these. Actually, wait, these will actually not do anything because they don't actually do anything. You can't actually interact with them as a player. Moving on, the Plague's power allows her to puke on you. No, I'm not exaggerating. Her power is literally to puke on you. This removes NPCs and your ability to regenerate HP. I think permanently. I don't know how long it takes. This only does a little bit of damage. Also, it removes your max HP, I'm pretty sure. Let's see this. Hold on. Yep. Yep. I have 87 HP. Every hit I take will reduce that. Her next power, if I can even get her to do it, is the Corrupt Purge, which is basically her puke, but 10 times more lethal. Can you do this for me? Can you collect that for me? Yep, she actually immediately turned to it. Either way, her Corrupt Purge is much more lethal, and instead of removing your HP, fucking kills you. It does a lot of damage, so avoid it while you can. In original DBD, the only way she can get her power like that is to absorb the blood fountain of the vomit she puked on you, which makes it 10 times worse. But in order to do that, you have to cleanse at those. Because in DBD, when you get infected, you don't lose HP, you just become broken. In order to get rid of the broken and sickness, you have to go and cleanse at those fountains. A really well-designed killer. One of many, actually. Some of them, however, are terrible, but we'll get to those ones in a bit. The next killer, which is the first licensed killer ever to add to DBD, is Myers. Basically, Ghostface is basically Myers, but a little extra tofu, I'm pretty sure. Because, well, Ghostface, you have to stare at him to kick him out of his power. Myers, you can't. Because he's got 3 states. Stage 1, he has no terror radius and slower, like you saw here. Well, not the terror radius, but he was slower. Tier 2, where he has normal shit everywhere else. And Tier 3, if he reaches Tier 3, you'll see. Let's just say it's not good for you. Because you'll pull out that big old fat knife and jam it right into your face. Which, yeah, it's not pleasant for you. He stays in this state for quite a bit before removing it. Once he removes it, he goes back down to Stage 2. Not to Stage 1. You can't go back there. I'm sorry. As much as you like the undetectable and jump scaring people around corners, it's impossible to get now. Bye. The next killer, which the killer Necros did a video on, the Singularity. The Singularity allows him to place down pods. These pods he can use to infect you. In order to get rid of this infection, you must take... If I can get infected, please. No, 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 no. Thank you. So now that I'm infected, he can teleport to me and gain a massive speed boost. When he's overclocked, he gains the ability to break through any door on the map, which Necros actually forgot to talk about. This allows him to pressure bits, being able to look through every camera. In order to avoid this unfortunate teleportation, you need to use the EMP printers, which Necros also forgot to mention. These EMP printers allow you to print EMPs endlessly. These EMPs help you destroy his pods and remove the infection. Because I know more about DBD than Necros, I'm sorry. When you have this in your hand, you can then remove all infection on the map, including the one on your damn back at this point. And it doesn't just remove the thing on your back, it also removes the the actual infection. Also, he has voice lines. Wesker also has them, but I don't think I can actually get him to say it. Unless I can.
Playtime is over.
Well, there's one of them, but he actually mocks you if he kills you. Also, he has a weird glitch where sometimes he'll just run into a wall.
Farewell, old friend.
Yeah, most of the time he's just mocking you, literally. But Singularity has it worse, because he will actually just call you the most insignificant fuck on planet Earth.
Prepare for transcendence.
Yeah, he's mean. No. No, I can't.
Such a sad lower form of existence.
Yeah, he taunts you, the fuck. He taunts the hell out of you. Second, or the nearing to the last killer, is everybody's least favorite lady, the Skull Merchant. Her power is actually very similar to Knight's and Singularity. as it's an info power. This allows her to place down drones, which if you've played DBD against 3-gen Skull Merchant, you understand how much of a pain in the ass that is. These will track you and eventually expose you, which will allow her to instantly kill you. So obviously that's pleasant. The second thing it will do is if you hack the drones, which I will actually get to in a moment. I just need time to actually throw her up here. And I'm good. So basically her drones, if you get near them, you can actually hack them. This hack will actually... Well, actually, whenever you're in the radius of the drone, the Skull Merchant will know where you are. You'll get this nice little thing, which I actually freaking love. When you have that, you've got the tracker, which, if Skull Merchant looks at her camera, which is the little thing she can pull up right here, this allows her to, obviously, do shit. And yeah, it allows her to see where you are if you've got a tracker. In this case, it doesn't track me because I don't exist technically. The next killer, which can also be one of the scariest motherfuckers if you're not ready for it, is Spirit. This Japanese ghost has the power Yamaoka's hunting. You will soon find why it's scary as fuck. That's why it's scary as fuck. She basically enters a intangible plane of existence, which allows her to leave a husk. Which, by the way, if you're paying close enough attention, you'll see a jitter. Watch. Yeah, you'll see a jitter, which tells you she's phasing. Not just that, but the sound you're hearing in your ears, ringing. She can only do this for a short amount of time, and in game, she's not able to see you. But again, due to complications of Gmod not letting you do shit, it's really difficult. So she sees you. Clear as fucking day, including the players playing her. But again, she can only do it for a short amount of time. She gets a speed boost and all that shit. Her husk obviously counts as an NPC, therefore other NPCs will attack it. The first killer ever added to the game would be Trapper. This guy, I think, was actually Jamar's first NPC. Which makes sense considering he's the first killer. His power, can you guess? Can you literally guess? I'll give you a few seconds to do so. Haven't figured it out? Yeah, his power is to literally place bear traps. These bear traps stop you in your tracks. Like bear traps would. And obviously, if you step in one of them, you're kind of screwed. Because it ain't pleasant to step into a bear trap, because that shatters most of your bones. And that's basically his power. There is one thing to note. Singularity was the only... Well, actually, Singularity and Skull Merchant were the only killers added that are trap killers that don't lose their traps after a certain amount of time. Thought you know that. Their traps don't disappear unless you interact with them themselves. Well, trappers, you can't, and same thing with demos. But moving on, the next killer, the Trickster. I suck at this guy. I don't like playing him. I don't like facing him. But basically, Trapper, he's 100% Trapper. He's 100% Trapper, guys. Trickster is basically Hunters, but with extra tofu. Instead of shooting one hatchet, he throws dozens of them. Every time that hits you, it does a bit of damage, and when he hits you enough, he gains his special power, his special very powerful attack, where he basically just throws knives faster. As you will soon see, it was almost... Hey, I survived. But basically, that's his power. He basically throws knives. These knives can be inconsistent, also they bounce, so, if you're in a small room, duck. Some of them will miss you. Some of them won't. Obviously. Next up is my main, the twins. People don't like the twins because they were buggy upon being added to the game. Hell, the entire fucking chapter was buggy. However, I don't look at the chapter for its flaws. I look at it for its benefits. Charlotte and Victor Dashi. I can't say their fucking last name. French names, am I right? Okay, sorry. Victor and Charlotte, you can probably guess, are twins. These guys allow them to separate their power is Blood Bond, which allows you to separate basically allows them to separate and attack independently. Victor is the most evil little shit ever when it comes to doing this, because when he attacks you, he latches onto your back, and it slows you down. This allows Charlotte to obviously show up and say, "Hi." Yeah. Sadly, you're not able to kick Victor in his little face when he misses, because you're not allowed to kick the baby apparently. And also, he's not a baby. He's actually, basically, he's as old as Charlotte is. Just because he's small doesn't mean he's dead. Also, when Victor dies, he will eventually regrow upon Charlotte. So it's not one time you use it and then the next, yeah. As you see, he can become very annoying because you get basically... And yeah, almost I'm dead now because he's going to be clawing at my back. Not that there's much skin left anyways, but... yeah. Now, in possession, they're actually really good to use, especially when, well, scouting things out, because you can release Victor to do so. Also, unlike in DBD, Charlotte and Victor don't... What's the words? They work independently. But that's because you're possessing Victor and Charlotte differently. So when you're possessing one, the other one's sitting there idly. Unlike that, NPC-wise, Victor and Charlotte are both going to be moving, both attempting to kick your ass while doing so. But basically, you can switch back and forth. There is an error involving the lockers, where if you switch back and forth between Victor and Charlotte, I will even show it. It's going to get fixed eventually, I betcha. Please, please, Jamar. Please do not leave them in the broken state like they are in DBD. I escape to Gmod to escape the bugs, man. Okay, but basically, switching to and fro from Charlotte to Victor can lead to Charlotte doing this. Never mind, she didn't do it. Come on, Charlotte. Break for me. Break. Also, Victor cannot latch onto DRG NPCs. He can latch onto VJ, but not DRG. Okay, do I have to be near a locker in order for this to happen? But yeah, also, if Victor dies, you get switched back to Charlotte. Obviously, it's not a big surprise. Yep, there we go. You can see what happened there. This is a bug that... I don't even know how long it's been there, but basically, yeah. The next killer, I don't really have to explain it. Just the fact that he's literally... So basically, so you know Sadaka, right? How she can demanifest and become visible, very flickering in and out of reality. Yeah, Wraith's the king of cloaking. His power allows him to bang bong a bell, bing bong bring it on, to disappear and cloak. This obviously removes his tear radius, but because his tear radius doesn't exist in Gmod, yeah, you obviously nothing else. He's really fast when doing this, though. So, yeah, he's gonna quickly catch up to you. However, he cannot attack in this state, and when standing still, he's completely invisible. However, you can hear him growling because, for whatever reason, he didn't take Tylenol this morning, and he's agonizingly in pain. But yeah, uncloaking gives you a massive speed boost, which allows you to easily lunge and attack someone. And that is all the killers of DUD in Gmod. The last killer to be released was Xenomorph, which has been yet to be added. When he gets added, because I've played him. I've played all the killers, I think. Well, actually not Demo. Demo was never... I got DVD when Sadaka was released. That was several years after Demogorgon was released and then removed from DVD. Fuck you, Netflix. But basically, all the killers are possessable, and an extra little thing you can do to make them even more fun, or OP if you really want, is the settings menu. These settings allow you to do this. One, you can change them all to teamed and not teamed, which depends on whether or not you can kick the ass of Myers as Singularity. Yeah. Okay, basically, you can change all their powers. You can edit every single thing. These do not work. Spirit is weird in this. But this allows you to change different things, like their health, their power cooldown, and how fast they run. Also, all killers also have a thing that doesn't apply as an NPC stance, because, well, it just doesn't work that way. The power, or the thing known as bloodlust, which is something in DBD. Basically, the longer you're in a chase with a killer, the more faster they're going to become, except for if you have Xenos perk, which removes it entirely, but you also get a speed boost that gets eaten up by your wiping animation. This obviously this whole roster here is really fun. I'd suggest getting it with the Charitas mod. I'm gonna wait to reactivate it once I have the ability to turn it off whenever I wish, because you can't right now. I've disabled it whenever I don't want to hear the pumping of a heartbeat in my ears for the past 5 hours. With each killer added to DBD, it's gonna be added to Gmon. That's a little fun thing. And behavior, please do not kill us. We're just having fun. We just like playing with Gmon add-ons. Sorry. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more, please like and subscribe. I don't think I need to tell you guys this. I don't, actually. So completely ignore my stance. But either way, thank you for watching. If you want to see more of my videos, do a suggestion. Give me a suggestion. Do not give me Skibidi Toilet. I will end you if you give me that. That is a terrible thing. It is cringe. It is unfun as hell. And I prefer actually good nextbots, like the ones I've done in the past. But one final thing. I don't think I actually did this. Actually, I don't think I really need to. Basically, I had these guys for a reason to, like, have them face up against the DBD nextbots, but everything the nextbots can inflict onto the player, they can inflict onto NPCs, except for Victor and Wesker's grabbing a hold of NPCs, because they cannot latch onto any Dear G NPC, which sucks. But either way, they still do damage. Wesker more so, because it actually does a normal Hellsane. Obviously, these aren't perfect, but they are close to as hell perfect. The next killer to be added to this, most likely, is Xenomorph. Xenomorph, well, basically he has tunnels. He can teleport around the map. Fun. I can't wait to see what Jamar does for that. If he does that, he can always retire whenever he wishes. And if he does, I'm still going to play Gmon, because, I mean... Thank you guys for watching. Ignore my satire voice, I'm depressed. You guys have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.